Gen X can't be the silent generation anymore. And any of you, if you're Gen X,
and this resonates with you, pass it on, share it, get it out there in the world, spread it around, make it go viral, do whatever you got to do.
But let's start building a network here. Follow, like, subscribe, all that stuff, because I'm going to put together some projects over the next 1, 3, 5, 10, and 20 years that when we succeed, this is what I'm going to promise you. Everybody's going to, 1, know how to make money. 2, people are going to understand how to manage their own investments and be their own financial advisor. And I'm going to try along the way through all of this media, bring it all back and tie it back into how the financial system works, and hopefully not call out too many people on Wall Street and get killed.
Don't say that, don't say that.
And 3, I hope that you'll find your own inspiration to dig within yourself and consider getting a little bit more creative in life. Maybe helping on one of the productions. Maybe helping with the project. Going to California and giving that a shot. Trying to break into the movie business. Sure, I wanted to try to become an actor. Why not? I'm there. I've got a little financial support. So I gave it a run. It wasn't like I wasn't working.
A grungy skirt. I think it looks fabulous. Yeah, I love it. And you know what?
It wasn't my thing. LA was too fast-paced. Like the girls were mean. I mean, it was weird. So I came home, moved on. Flight school didn't work out. And it didn't work out because there was a woman there who was the chief pilot, and for some reason she had a bug in her ass for me, and she grounded me for 2 weeks for a logbook discrepancy that took place like 3 years prior to me going to flight school. So I moved on from that. And I just kind of kept doing what no college degree, no high school diploma kids should do. I just kept trying new things. Played a lot of golf. Talked to a lot of people, got to know a lot of adults when I was a kid, because I played a lot of golf. Not a lot of kids played golf, so I had to play with adults. And I learned how to talk to adults at a really young age. And I think that really worked to my advantage, because really, work is the adult world. It's where, the grown-ups talk and the grown-ups make decisions, and it's where confident people exist. And if you're going to exist in a world where there's confidence, well, you better have a little confidence yourself. So that's all I did. I just did what I was told. I was a decent human being. I was moral and ethical most of the time. I tried not to hurt anybody. I didn't break the law if it didn't make sense to break. I treated women right. My mom was a toxic, man-hating alcoholic, and all I wanted to do is, if I had kids, I wanted to bring my kids into the world and give them an opportunity to see parents that respect one another and are partners, so they can kind of get that ingrained and programmed into them. That's all I wanted to do when I had kids. Yeah. So much for that idea. I just want to see a stop to the slander, the name calling, the sheer quantity of just lies that are out there in the world today, and not even like little ones. Absolute ridiculous, in-your-face lies. That kind of stuff, lying is not okay. Lying is not cool. The women accusing men of domestic violence in divorces, the women accusing men of, God forbid, the other kind of violence in a divorce, ruining the ability for a kid to have any sort of normal existence. In my 50 years, I have seen more absolutely scary, verbally abusive, physically abusive, narcissistic women ruin relationships. For what? To be right? To be in control? I don't hate women. I love women. I've known some great women in my life. My grandma was my best friend. I loved her with everything inside me. She talked to me when I was 2 years old for hours and hours when others would just like find ways to pass me off and hand me off.
Mama.
David.
Mama.
You're really giving me a pat, aren't you?
We talk way too shitty about one another these days. The vile venom and the wordsmithing and the smearing that goes on. Nobody can have a conversation about anything these days because everybody is so goddamn sensitive. And that we've somehow snuck into society's norms that it's not okay to point out constructive criticism, or that it's even okay to criticize, but yet people are being slandered and criticized all day long in the media and on television, and ex-presidents are being assassinated, and people are saying they need to aim better next time. I mean, people, where do we live? Come on. We are better than this. I didn't look up to many people. There were very few people that I looked up to that I wanted to emulate. One of them was one of my football coaches, Roger Bird. I think a lot of you remember Roger Bird. He was just a dude that kind of exemplified a confident, moral, decent dude. I mean, he was just the kind of guy you wanted your son to grow up like, and or you wanted to be like. You know, we had coaches who told us what they thought and kicked us in the ass for it. You know, it wasn't hidden. Anybody who's been in an abusive or a toxic, narcissistic type relationship with a family member or a good friend, if you call out a narcissist, it can be scorched freaking earth. Like, it's dangerous. It is absolutely dangerous. And I learned my lesson. I have to think twice before I go in and help anybody ever again, because it turned out a lot of my friends were just fakers. And if you know what I mean by that, they're not really who they say they are. You know, the whole behind closed doors. Whenever somebody's personality changes, like, have you ever been with an ex, like an old toxic relationship or toxic spouse? You know, and you're with friends and everything's great and the night's awesome and, everybody has a great time, and then it's time to go home and everybody goes home and you say goodbye on the front porch. Okay, yeah, let's do it again. And then the door closes and that person turns around and you just look in their eyes and you're like, oh no. The public persona's gone now. It's time to transition to the real you. And watch out for the gaslighting. I'm liking the fact that we are going to be able to literally define what gaslighting is and be able to show specific examples of it. Gaslighting is evil. It is something that took me years to understand, like how it works and how it's weaponized and who's using it against you. If your family members are using it against you, if your friends are gaslighting you, we will cover that very specifically. If I have to, I will shoot some scenes that will give specific examples of what gaslighting looks like so you know to avoid it. Avoid toxic. Avoid people who want to do nothing but push you down. Because trust me, it is more people than you even know. Probably closer to you than you even know. They will want to push you down so it elevates them. It doesn't really elevate anybody. When you push somebody down to elevate yourself, all it does is push the masses down. We don't want to push our kids down. We want to push our kids up. Up. Give them confidence. Give them skills. Give them the drive to want to do great things and want to try great things and be inspirational for somebody. Tell a story that might help somebody understand something better. Drop your walls. Drop your ego. You don't matter anymore. We're 50. Gonna be 60 soon, and then 70, and then it's over. 20 years, that's all we got left, Gen X. You know who I'm talking to. Pass this along. Come on, do it. Do it.